So, welcome everyone out there in Twitch land. Welcome to the Rogue Scholars. I think we sound all right. How do we sound?
Let me unmute the stream real quick.
Let me hop over there real quick.
Well,
Okay, I can hear everyone
okay,
at the very
cool.
least. It sounded good to me for the quick second I was listening.
All right, awesome. So, this is a special stream. I'm getting revenge on Kirby for not being able to stream last week.
Yeah,
By
Yes.
not, I refused to tell him what we were going to be streaming about today.
anything.
However, if they read the title, Trell also doesn't know, but if they read the title, they might have an idea. Today's topic is blind over matter.
Blind over matter. Okay.
Yeah, so we're
Yeah.
going to be talking about playing games blind on Twitch
Okay.
and what the pros and cons for that, and along with that, backseat gaming and the pros and cons with that. So, what do you guys think? Think that's a good topic?
I really enjoy it, even though I have the least streaming experience here, because as you guys know, I don't stream. I really do enjoy that topic, and I think it's gonna be fun to discuss. So yeah,
All right,
I agree.
all
let's
for
do it. So, we all tend to stream games blind for the first time on Twitch. It's a kind of a natural thing to do. Experiencing a game for the first time with people, and like you get some really interesting commentary and content from it, right? Like
Yeah, for sure.
Trell's right now playing blind Detroit Become Human. I'm playing blind Bloodborne.
Both great games. Oh no,
Kirby's not streaming, so
I don't stream, so you know how it is. I tried to stream Vampire Blind, but that was
That
a
was
mistake.
so good. I really enjoyed that.
So-
Okay.
And we're also opening it up to you guys too. If there's something that you prefer to watch blind versus something that you prefer to watch not blind, like you can talk about that in chat with us, and we'll respond. This is a more interactive stream today because obviously, backseat gaming and blind has a lot to do with you guys too. So, give us your comments, your feedback. So, Trell, Kirby, what do you have to say on the topic? I
I'll
know
start since that's normally the order it
super
goes
prepared.
in. No, I as I mentioned, I really enjoy the topic. I've streamed. Let me think. Only a few games blind. So Neo, Shovel Knight, and The Surge. I don't actually know if any other games have been streaming and like the first 25% of Vampire. And for me, both as a viewer, which I am more, and a streamer, I think, in my opinion, the main advantage of having being blind is you get the most authentic reactions from the crazy crap that happens in those games, from the boss fights, from the results of the decision you make, like in Detroit, stuff like that. And it's even if it's not blind for the viewer, like if the viewers played the game, I mean, it's always fun to see someone experience new things like that tough boss fight in Dark Souls or like a tough platforming segment, or again just how a choice will play out, or during like some kind of like crazy quest. And I think it's really fun to see how everyone reacts to different things the same way you did. Like for me, like I mentioned, after I beat Dark Souls for the first time, the first thing I did was I want to see other people play Dark Souls now. So that's why I found Trell. And I just wanted to see how he handled the parts that I got dunked on by, because it's fun to see how they do it, and it's fun to see other people get a little bit salty when you got pretty salty too. So that's my take on the advantages. Trell, I'll let you share your opinions before I say maybe some of the disadvantages in my mind.
I'd probably agree with everything that you just said. I it's genuine, you know. You go on there and you see genuine reaction where, and like you said, you sometimes are just like living vicariously through them, or living through that scenario again to see, like, you know, you remember how you did it and you see them do it, and it's just
Yep.
sometimes good to see that initial first reaction again, because it blew your mind. You just want to see it blow other people's minds or something like that. So it's always fun. And I've so far I've had really good experiences on Twitch doing that. It seems like, you know, the chat will join in, and even though they might know it already, they're joining in on the suspense again. Or like some people, like I know Kirby, you I've watched a couple games with me blind, and sometimes it's just fun to see, like, you're like, I wouldn't play this game myself, but it's fun to see it through someone else. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
And now you guys can see why I picked this topic for
Oh yeah.
because you guys are going into this stream blind.
It's great.
So that's why I did
I
that.
like it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like for example, Kirby and I were like really looking forward to you getting to the Winter Shrine in Dark Souls
Yeah.
2 because there was like a lot of things in there that we wanted to live through vicariously again. You know what I mean?
Like Barrel Man.
Like Barrel Man.
Barrel Man.
But yeah, and like it's just it's probably one of the most probably one of the biggest reasons I think that Twitch is so successful is because people want to get that experience again and again,
Yep.
and they look for that
Right.
content. I mean, there's games that cater to other things, and we've talked about them in the past. Like Mario Maker was the reason that I came onto Twitch really. Like I was on Twitch before, but I really didn't use it until Mario Maker. Like that was like a completely different dynamic. It wasn't really blind. It was more interacting with other people and getting your levels played, or playing other people's levels, or watching levels for ideas, or just for entertainment. It's kind of a whole different dynamic than this, which is like actually playing through an actual story game. And like I think some people watch blind playthroughs to see what the game's like as well, and see how somebody reacts to it to see if it's something that they would like too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
Which is an interesting thing. But with being blind, trying to be completely blind can sometimes be difficult, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it could either be minorly difficult with just casual backseating where they're just kind of telling you what they think, what they would do, which just play the game if you're gonna do that. But anyway, yeah, they backseat, or to worse, if they spoil something big for you, which really, really sucks. Luckily, that hasn't happened to me. I've seen it like minor spoilers in Charles chat, but it always cleared real quick. I know Wombat, same stuff has happened to you, but yeah, that's really the biggest downside. Is you risk it all. You risk it all getting spoiled for you, especially with a game like Detroit. I'm so scared someone's gonna come in and just spoil that. I'm so spooked.
Oh, I do have to hand it to both you guys too. I really appreciate when out of the corner of my eye in my periph I can see all that just goes away. I'm like, whoops.
Every time.
People get a bit too excited. They want to say, "Oh, you gotta do this to beat the boss" or something. It's like, oh, just chill out. You go play the game if you want to beat the boss that way.
So I do appreciate when you guys do that. You guys make chat honest, making chat great again. But and like I've so far my experience on Twitch has been good. I haven't really had any massive spoilers or anything like that. Maybe like you said, like something minor, and it's kind of like, oh, okay, that's, and maybe I'll just kind of be like, hey, let's keep it pretty blind here or something like that.
Yep.
But nothing that's upset me. I've never been upset because of a spoiler yet, so that's the best way to phrase it. But I've had good experiences. I know that I've heard of some done something like where this so and so dies. What?
Well, see, and then sometimes like somebody says that, and you're like, I don't really believe. You don't really believe them, and then later you're like, oh, they were telling the truth.
The truth, yeah, that's.
You know what I mean? Like willfully blind.
That's true. That is true. I mean, because sometimes like with sarcasm, I mean, with Twitch chat, there's a certain degree of sarcasm that you should just expect to come from chat. And sometimes when you're reading it, you're like, oh yeah, they would never do that. Nice try, and all of a sudden it's like, they actually did that? No way.
Yeah. I
guess that's happened several times to me on Dark Souls, to be honest.
I think you just don't want to believe. You just don't want to feel like that they're gonna do that to you. Like
they
no,
wouldn't stoop this low. Nope, they did.
Line, Dark Souls, they're not gonna cross it. Dark Souls, where are you going? No, stop.
I'm going.
Dark Souls, what are you doing? I'm setting up shop beyond that line.
No man's land.
Oh god.
I mean, so like backseat gaming, how much does it bother or not bother you guys? Like, I think we all have different degrees of where we fall on that.
Oh, it pisses me off like a lot. I may not show it if I'm streaming, but even when I'm like in Trell's stream or your stream, if people try to backseat, I just get so mad because again,
and
I've said like 3 times.
What do you define as backseating? Like just
literally,
yeah.
if I don't explicitly ask for like how should I approach the situation because I'm getting frustrated, just don't tell me how to play the game. Let me play the game my way and learn my way. And then if I get so salty that I need help, I'll ask. But besides it, like don't tell me, oh, you should try this weapon. Oh, you should level up these stats. Oh, you should go to this area first, then come back. No, I want to do it my way. For better or for worse, and then we'll see what happens. If you want to play the game like that, you can go play it. So pretty much if I don't explicitly ask for help, I don't want to know anything. I'll figure it out.
I agree. I think backseat gaming, it irritates me just because it's not like I didn't. It's not Twitch plays whatever I'm playing. You know, it's no, I'm playing it. So please don't like sit there and be like, now go left, now go here or something like that. I'm like, no, whoa. Once like to your point, Kirby, you go play it then. You know, I don't
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to hear it. And I've never really had anything that bad. Like maybe sometimes they'll be like, oh, you should have done this and this first in order of events or something. I'm like, thanks, but next time I'll ask and then you can tell me or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I'm here for like an hour or whatever and I'm mad, then yeah, I'll say, okay, should I try because this shit isn't working? Then yeah, you can tell me a little bit, but don't let me at least try it.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Wombat?
Well, sometimes I can appreciate like if somebody says, that stat's the most useless stat in the game, you probably shouldn't keep using that stat. You know,
That's a good
something
point.
like that.
Like resistance or whatever the
like
hell it is in Dark Souls
resistance,
1.
Yeah. Wasn't that in 2? Wasn't resistance in 2? Or was that in 1?
I know for a fact
one.
it's in 1. I don't know what the
Okay.
hell's in 2.
In Bloodborne, recently, I was upgrading endurance more, and they're like, that's actually probably something you should stop doing soon. And I'm like, oh, okay, good to know.
What? Yeah, because it has. That's a good point. It has hard diminishing returns.
Yeah, after a while. So, you know, like with that, sometimes advice is good, especially when somebody's trying to help you have a good experience at the game.
Yeah.
But like, there's a line, and it's really easy to cross it once you go down that path.
Exactly. And I like what you just said there. Advice is sometimes advice is welcome, and I think, but you shouldn't just hop into someone's channel perhaps and just like start spewing advice
You should
right out of
ask
the gate.
first. Yeah.
You should ask first, and then like you guys both know me really well, so I think you guys have gauged like when I'm sitting there leveling up, you'll know, hey, don't do this, and it's like, okay, I appreciate that, you know, like because that's not a spoiler or anything like that. You're just kind of like usually giving me
even then, like I
quick
always say, Trell, do you trust me first?
Which he never
Yeah.
does. He never trusts either of us ever, so it's fine.
Well, he doesn't anymore. He used to.
he never trusted me, and I think that's completely warranted. But yeah, recently he doesn't trust you either.
Yeah, he's like, no, Wombat's gonna kill me. He just wants to see me die. And I'm like, when was that ever a thing?
That's my job.
The game has turned me against you guys. That's how evil
has.
Dark Souls 2 is.
But like, yeah, I've got some pretty good examples of it from yesterday because I streamed for a while. Like I had some people who were legitimately trying to help, but they're like, there's something that you'll have to drop down into somewhere in this level or something like that. I'm like,
yes.
I don't want to know that. You know
Yeah,
what I
exactly.
mean?
Don't. Yes.
Like let me find it. I appreciate the advice, but please let me do that on my own. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like I've got big exploration strats. This is Wombat we're talking about. You know, and I'm not other choice gamers that you may have watched recently. You know.
But I feel like you're trying to hint at something.
Oh, Trell, you would be so happy to watch some of my VOD after you play Bloodborne because there are several times where I had like over 50,000 souls and lost it all.
Oh, you lost like 45k yesterday.
Oh yeah,
I remember that. I was there for that.
There's probably 4 or 5 instances of that, Kirby.
That's so bad.
Yeah, it felt bad. It felt real bad. But I shrugged it off like always, and I kept going. Man, like there's some enemies in that game that if they get like a combo on you, you're fucked. But anyway, back to topic. Yeah, like I don't know, backseat gaming. I know some people who like they don't care if people like give suggestions or not. You know what I mean? Like, or it really doesn't matter to them. They're just playing the game either way, and they're gonna play
Yep.
it their own way.
Some people actively like openly want advice. They just want maybe it's more for more viewer interaction. Maybe it's because they want an easier time. But yeah, there's some streams I'll go into. Like I was watching some dude playing the Surge. Like, give me all the advice you have because I suck at this game.
Right.
I was like, all right.
Benji.
Well, first of all, don't play this game.
Right. I like if you to keep it like how we're talking about it being on Twitch. I like how Tryhard does it with he's doing Dark Souls.
Trihex or
Trihex, yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Trihex.
Trihex with the Tryhard. I like how Trihex is doing it right now because of the he actually will just completely not even look at chat, and he has his girlfriend look at chat for him. So and he's just completely blind in that aspect. So
That's
it's
pretty
like
cool.
Yeah.
that is pretty cool. And that keeps him completely honest the whole time.
Well, see,
So,
so
he's
there's
completely
some.
dunking on the game.
Yeah, it's a good strategy, but it's also really hard to do for a small streamer like Trell and me. Like,
Oh yeah,
Of course.
because like if you have an audience, your audience is there to interact with you, and like he's big enough that and like his audience is used to this that like he can do
You
that.
can't read
Like,
all of it. Yeah.
it's harder to do when you're a small streamer, and honestly, like blind playthrough in general is harder to do when you're a small streamer, even though it's like what people come to watch, like because like if somebody comes in and they're like trying to be helpful or they saying things about the game and you're like saying I don't want to know that, don't tell me that, like that's not including your audience in certain ways, you know what I mean? And that's sometimes harder. They might just leave after that, you know, so like you're getting rid
Yup.
of some of your audience, so it's kind of hard to balance. And like even if you're talking about it in Discord, like it's hard to like stay blind, it's hard to not get spoiled, you know. 'Cause like for example, I walked into Trell's chat the other day and they're all talking about Detroit become here, and I'm like,
I'm gonna just back out slowly here.
so, you know, it's definitely a difficult thing. It was a wait. So I saw there's a backseat. You guys should direct your conversations in a single direction. Oh, he's backseat.
Yeah, I didn't catch the
Backseat
I didn't catch the
Backseat
conversation.
podcasting.
Nice. Welcome, WYTYK. Is there a way to pronounce that, or is that how you do it? Also, hey Basil, welcome. Anyway, so yeah, backseat. My cat is going crazy in this room. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but
I can't hear, but I can see him. They all.
Backseat webcamming back there. Look at
Right.
that. See, like, I'll show you how to webcam.
Let me
Look.
show you how it's done. Yeah.
so have you like? Let's get back to how Trihex does it. Like, is that something that you'd ever think you could do?
Like have Kayla watch the chat for him or something.
Yeah.
I don't think I could because one of my enjoyments, at least from blind playthroughs, is the involvement. Because you guys will meme the crap out of me, and then you know we have. I feel like my stream is like 90% shenanigans, where it's just complete BS. I take like forever to go through a game because half the time I'm just sitting there BSing about the game or something like that. And I feel like that's what makes the game more enjoyable. If I was playing Dark Souls with offline and did not stream it, I feel like one, I would get super salty at it, like actual legit salty, not just stream salty, where I'm just like, no, I'd be like pitching controllers or something. And then two, I don't think it'd be as enjoyable because I would be getting mad and actually frustrated. I mean, I just feel like it makes it more fun. But again, you walk that fine line where it could go south pretty quickly if someone just came in there and just started spoiling it, or again, you're on the internet, so someone could come in there and just start being a complete a-hole or whatever, you know. So for me, at least, I've had a good experience, and I wouldn't want to lose that interaction with chat.
Right.
But it's an interesting concept because I'm sure with the amount of people that Trihex gets, he's bound to get someone in there that's going to be a complete tool. So he just eliminates that possibility, and he just wants to play it completely blind.
You're actually really lucky too, because I know you have sound activations for donations, like bit donations. Say somebody put a spoiler in one of those, like you're really lucky that hasn't happened yet. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So
And I got sorry for the
Yep.
cat tail.
That's fine.
Oh, where's my cat?
I
You
know,
have a
Kirby,
cat.
you need a cat here. Look,
I don't have a cat. No, I don't have it. Rose really wants me to have a cat. I do not have a cat.
there's
dirty kitten.
Hi. Hey,
so,
Ebony.
he looks so awkward. She looks so awkward.
You look like you're like 3.
I know, it looks like I'm strangling her. She's like, "What are you doing to me?"
Trell just did the Lion King hold up to his cat. Yeah, like sometimes it's nice to have like somebody that can help you read chat, because like if you're streaming something where you're really concentrating, like at a boss, Trell, it might help, but like overall, like yeah, I get that too. Like it's nice to have that personal connection, and like I've heard people say this before. If you really want to go at a game blind and don't want any spoils, you play it without being on stream. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you sacrifice a little bit of that just by coming on the stream and playing it.
Well, I think that's exactly what Trihex is doing. Like, obviously, this is like a big matter of income for him, right? So you can
Right.
watch him and watch his reactions, and he's just gonna like, well, I'm gonna remove chat. I'm not seeing it, but you can still interact with my girlfriend, and she's huge on Twitch too. So it's like you're not like missing out on a streamer interaction back at you from the chat. So
And I think
it's
it
a
also
win-win, I think.
depends on the game too. Like some games, like I might not care as much. Like Super Smash Brothers, like the story mode. Like if somebody spoils something in there, I'm probably not going to be as upset. But like,
Yeah.
That's fair.
if somebody
Agreed,
spoils
agreed,
the end
'cause,
of
like,
like Dark Souls 2 or something, like for
It's-
Trell,
Agreed.
yeah,
Like with Smash, I think after playing the first one, you're kind of like, okay, you kind of know like what the universe is and what to expect. If someone has spoiled that, I'd be like, I don't really care. If
Yeah.
someone spoiled Detroit to me, I probably would die. I literally would die.
That's me. Okay, yeah. With the exception of Detroit, because I swear to God, that gets spoiled for me. I'm just gonna give up on life. With the exception of that, in general, I don't care if people spoil stories for me. I much care more about don't spoil a boss or like a sweet weapon in the future or some ability or power up. Story, do what you want, because I probably won't know what the hell's going on anyway. You'll be like, oh yeah, this character turns into some other dude. I'm like, I don't even know who either. I don't know who that is, so it won't matter. But Detroit, don't spoil Detroit.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm sorry, I missed that. I was reading.
He had to mute because we were talking about Detroit.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh
Nothing
wait,
was
you were
said.
talking about Detroit, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even mean to do that. I was just reading chat.
Oh no, we were just saying that we really. Well, I was saying explicitly, for the most part, I don't care if someone spoils story for me, with the exception of Detroit, because I'm like super into that. I'm treating it like a really long movie that I'm really into, because that's essentially what it is when I'm not the one playing.
What
And
about
it's
like
super-
Horizon Zero Dawn? What if
Yeah, of
somebody
course. But with
spoiled
the exception of like
that?
the 5% of games that I actually care about the story, I don't.
Mhm.
Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn, Detroit. Go ahead.
Horizon Zero Dawn was another game that you were into the storyline.
Oh, I love the story in that game.
Yeah, that's like one of the first ones he's ever mentioned where
Yeah.
he's like, I've watched all the cutscenes.
It's really good.
I'm a straight
I
up
still like Detroit a bit
streamer.
more, but sorry, go ahead, Trell.
I'm gonna become a straight up PS4 streamer. I don't even know why I have any other console now at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Horizon's very good. Both with the story, the gameplay itself is fantastic, but the story really intrigued me too. It's a whole big mystery thing. You'll see.
Yeah, I actually tried playing a different game after Bloodborne, like just to cool off, and I was like, it left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, I don't want to play this right now.
Wait, what game?
I tried playing Overwatch and Minecraft,
Oh, okay,
and I
gotcha.
was like, nope, not in the mood.
Kayla, if you deliver Detroit spoilers, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna be really mad. I'm gonna spend the rest of my life thinking about how to get revenge. So, because I have nothing else to do.
We'll do another blind podcast and have Kayla come on, but nobody will show up but her.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like I can't. I don't know. I can't ruin Fallout more than the original developers already have. So I don't know.
Oh, Shade Throne.
Caleb, don't do it.
She's beaming over here. She's got a big smile.
That's
She's-
right. I forgot. Kayla likes to read ahead, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she already finished reading all about it. Yes.
Okay.
Actually,
Is that something
this-
else we can talk about here? Like,
So-
why would you spoil it for yourself?
So actually, that's a
Why
really
would you ever
interesting.
wanna do that?
That's an interesting side thing. And Kayla is in chat. So Kayla,
Yeah. What the hell?
with books, do you like read the last page before you start the book? Like, I know people who actually do that. Like, is that something that you do? No,
Oh.
like, this, I'm not even.
People do
I'm
that? I
not
thought it was a
throwing
joke.
shade. This is like a legitimate question.
No.
People-
Okay. All right. So
Here we go.
no, because Trell gets off the stream and then sits there and tells me everything he does on the stream anyway.
Yes. Well, you weren't watching
I
it.
just have it spoiled for me day by day,
I asked
or
you.
do I just
Oh.
look ahead?
No.
No. Yes, you asked me, but then you sit there like a little puppy. Like, I want to tell you, I want to tell you so bad. And then you're gonna let it slip later anyway, and you're gonna be like, oops.
But you no. I asked you first.
Uh huh.
Do you want to hear this, or
Uh-huh.
do you care for spoil? And you're like, nah, it's okay. I already read to the end. I'm like, okay, fine. Here we go. Blah 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 blah.
No, I finally read to the end because after the first day, I could tell that you weren't going to be able to keep it a secret.
Okay, so she purposely spoiled herself so she wouldn't be spoiled day by day.
Got him.
Oh, and he froze. Look at
You wanna
you.
hear
Oh,
what
he did.
happened?
Everyone, go buy Detroit right now. Everyone.
Dude, I'm tempted. But I have too many games right now. But god damn, is that game good. Well, I can't wait for you to play it too. If you do play it,
Oh, I
because
will.
I can see it. I'd love to see the difference in choices that you guys make.
Hey, Woody K, thanks
I know.
for following. Welcome.
So good. And you know, like, I'm surprised that game actually did not pick up a single award at the Game Awards.
That's a robbery, dude.
That is a robbery. It was a nominee for I think 2, maybe 3
Yep.
categories, but it did not get a single award. And I feel like that is a shame.
There's no what won best narrative. Like
Best narrative was Red Dead Redemption 2.
no. I haven't
I
played the
can't
game.
say because I Red Dead 1 was amazing and I liked the narrative in that. I haven't
it
played
was
2, so I can't really have an
Detroit.
opinion. It's Detroit.
Look at Connor.
I know. I mean, that puts RDR2 with high expectations for me when I finally get to
Right. When I play Red Dead 2, I swear to God, the story better just blow my mind.
that. If it's not better than Detroit, then I'm gonna be super disappointed. And that whole war show is just a scam.
It's a scam, dude. We're getting off topic, but God.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to even like Google Detroit to look some things up because I might get spoiled. I'm just not gonna risk it.
It is googling things. Okay, and that's another dangerous thing. Googling things. Man, I'm glad you brought that up because like I sometimes do that for like Dark Souls 2, where it's just like I know it's something not done something. So either go look at an image of what the boss looked like or something like that, but then you like
Yep.
type it in and all of a sudden it'd be like, hey, this is actually connected to both. I'm like, no, you exit out of chat, burn the house
Yep.
down. You're like, nope, okay, I can't look at this. And
Burn the
right
house.
now that is like a super full like top 10 Google searches on that are just labeled with like asterisk, all caps spoilers asterisk, and you're like, no, okay, close it. But at least they labeled it with spoilers. They prefix.
That's why you do image searches instead.
It's so scary.
It looks like Charles got so passionate about
Back-
what he was talking about that he froze. Yeah, Charles, you're blinking in and out quite a bit.
Oh, yep. I was wondering. I was like, you guys just went completely like mannequin and.
Man, you guys
Oh.
have so many fun games ahead of you on PS4.
I mean,
I have-
we're just really catching up because like PS4's been out for a good long time.
I mean, I'm catching up too. I have Vampire. How?
You're choosing of
chose-
those skills.
You
low. You
chose
get more points for that.
poorly.
This is the worst decision. If I
You chose poorly.
I did, dude. God.
To be honest, I think Vampire's fun, and I would continue playing it, even though you got completely robbed on that one.
I am still
choice.
going to continue playing it, but then end of the semester sucks. Again, conversation for another time. I'm not done with it though. I'm just going to complain about that one part.
Although to be fair, in much because Wombat's here, but and you know the game's fairly new, so I can't really spoil for Chad just in case. But choices that happened if things went Detroit for me that last stream,
In your more recent stream, yeah.
I might have stopped playing because it would have pissed me off. And then that made me afraid. That made me afraid because I feel like I can't even play that game now.
Because what's going to happen?
Everything on the line. I'm like, no.
I know.
I'm
I
scared.
feel like actually I'm gonna type some things to you because even what I was gonna say there is kind of a spoiler. It's definitely I'm gonna type some things to you, but
That's how good the game is. It's so ridiculous. Wombat, please play, please.
I'm waiting until you're done, so please hurry up. Because if it sounds like it's choice based, right? So like,
Yes,
we
it
could have
is.
completely different playthroughs.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
completely.
apparently dude. They show you this isn't a spoiler. Like after you beat a segment, they show you like a branching path of all the choices you could have made and where yours went. They don't tell you like what the results were of the other ones, but they just show
Oh,
you how many
kind
different
of like
things
a,
could have
a
happened.
Venn,
You like
like a
a
chart.
web, a tree. I don't know, a tree diagram. I don't know
a
how you
tree
call it.
diagram,
Yes,
yep.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's a game where like you could be spoiled, but not really spoiled. You know what I mean? Because if you choose something different, you might never see what you might talked about. That's interesting. So how do you guys feel about like how do you guys feel watching people stream? Like Trell, like have you ever watched a game that you've played that I haven't?
That I've played that you have. Wait,
Like, are you talking about in
that-
your streams, Wombat?
Yeah, like when you've been watching my streams, like
Is it, like have I ever watched you when
I guess the
playing a
beginning
game
of
that I
Dark
have
Souls
not?
2 maybe. I think that was the last time, right?
I've
Oh, and Dark Souls 1
no,
a little bit.
I bought by in quite a few of your streams that you're playing that I haven't played yet. But normally, I don't go into chat only mode. Normally, I just turn the sound off and I don't look at the screen, but I'll still chat to you guys. And that's kind of how I do it. So I keep myself honest by not looking at the screen.
Gotcha.
I think the last time I popped in there, all of a sudden Kirby was just like in all caps, like Trell, you got to leave. This is the boss. And I'm
It was
like,
boss time.
no!
Yeah, it was boss time.
Yeah.
But because I can still see at least like look at your reaction on your face and not direct my eyes to the rest of your content, and I can still see you get frustrated or something like that. I'm like, okay, he's having a rough time. Good.
Yeah.
Good. It's not just me rough time from this game or something, you know. So I can still get some enjoyment on it, but it is hard. It's hard not to just peek.
But like what about like games that you have played that I haven't, like that you watch?
No, I mean that's the other half of the equation, right? Like, like we were just saying before, sometimes it's good to go see how other people fare when in certain parts.
Is it
compared
hard
to how
for you to not like I'm just like trying to understand like why people spoil things. Like I know for me like it's hard sometimes when you're playing to like oh, he's gonna completely miss this section. Like how do I or like he's asking for hints but I don't want to be really obvious about it. How do I tell him? Like
Hot cold.
Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. Like man, I'm trying to think of a good example. I can't think of any streamer that streams something right now that I'm watching that I've done. But to the point of it, I guess, is that like, yeah, there's parts where I'm like, no, you want to go look at this item real quick, or I want you to understand the storyline because it's gonna blow your mind, but you're kind of like you're not hitting it in the right order or something like that. So there is times where I want to be like, there's times I just want to be like, I want to fix this for you so you have a better playthrough. But at that same time, just let them, unless you know them, unless you get to know them, and like how to fix it for them. Like you guys, I trust you guys would would fix something for me. But unless they ask for it and you don't know them that well, then it's just probably just polite not to do anything.
Yeah.
Because in that sense, the developers of the game and the story writers and everything, they should have done a better job to help guide you to it than something.
Well, I mean, some games are designed to be like really hidden.
That's true.
Like for example, when you couldn't find like I was like, you've missed a boss in this area, like legit missed a boss, and you're like, where the hell is there a boss in this area? Like I don't. Actually, that's happened several times. But
Oh,
yeah,
like
like
every
usually
stream?
I say you've missed 7 things in this area or something like that, and then
Yeah.
you have to look for 'em.
Or when they hide bonfires behind curved walls or something like that. You know?
You made that rule up yourself. You can't just make up rules for the game like, yeah, this is a rule now, and they have to abide by it.
They've never done it before. Okay.
So they've never done it before, they can never do it now. Confirmed.
Exactly. They can't. But oh man, how many times have they broken their own rules? The rules that they embedded in my mind, aka
Again,
their rules.
This is Dark Souls 2, so anything goes. Anything goes.
Anything goes. The gloves are off.
Yup.
Wait. Your girl, Kirby, Rose watches Dr. Phil instead of your streams?
Yep.
Oh man, it's
Yep.
so good.
The last time I asked him, like, hey, I'm gonna stream some Vampire. Do you want to watch? She's like, yeah. I start streaming, like 45 minutes goes by. I'm like, dude, where's Rose? And I text her, she's like, oh, I'm watching Dr. Phil. Not like it was on TV. No, she went on YouTube, typed in Dr. Phil, and started watching it instead of watching my streams. Dude, I was already mad because Vampire was being Vampire. And then she starts watching Dr. Phil. When I said, do you want to watch this? Yes. Dr. Phil. What the watch anything else.
You streamed Vampire for her too.
Don't disrespect me like that. Come on. Dude, God. I can't believe it.
Oh, man.
I can't believe it. Yeah, she does that.
So good. So what's been your worst spoiler or worst experience, I guess, with this? Is there a specific scenario, Wombat, that comes to mind?
I mean, I try not to remember
Out of
those.
us three, I feel like Kirby streams once in a blue moon. I stream in the morning, so maybe the trolls aren't up yet. But I feel like your time frame, you're
I
like
gotta really try to
you're in this
Yeah.
you're in the sweet spot when trolls are awake. So I feel like you've had the worst experiences out of us three.
Well, I mean, I've mentioned this before in our podcast, but I think the worst one was when I was playing a game and they said a spoiler that was completely unrelated to the game I was playing. They spoiled Avengers Infinity War for me. They basically posted a list of everyone who died.
Right?
That's
So.
right. That's right.
It was, and I was like, no, that's too big of a list. And then my brother cleared it, and I was like, oh no, wait.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's like, don't read that.
We should extend the policy that we've just decreed in this podcast to don't spoil anything that's like within 6 months of being new, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, it was still pretty recent. But like game-wise, I mean, I pretty much like putting up the blind tag should tell people, hey, I don't want spoils.
You'd
But-
think,
yeah.
but
Generally, people have a broad definition of what a spoil is. Like, I've actually had a debate with somebody on your stream, Trell. Like, when I said, don't say that, that's a spoil, and they're like, how is that a spoil? Like, I'm just, you know what I mean? I've even had
Right.
Yeah.
arguments with people in whispers about lore that I said, nope, that's not the lore, and they're like, yes, it is. Like, I legit had an argument with somebody about Drangleek, and they're like, Drangleek is only the castle, it's not the rest of the world. And I'm like, yes, it is. Like, that's a whole kingdom. Drangleek's a kingdom.
Yeah, it's just the castle of the kingdom.
Yes, and yeah, that's not really anything about spoils, but like I guess it kind of is. Like lore can be a spoil too, right?
Yeah, of
Although-
course.
It can be, yeah.
Some people don't care as much about the lore and don't mind that being a spoil as long as it doesn't spoil the game. Like I think Troll, you're that way. Like you don't mind being told about lore if it's not explicit and it won't spoil the game.
Correct. Yeah, I mind if it's like, if someone was like, "Here's the backstory of why you're here," or something like that, and it'd be like, it completely doesn't change any of the playthrough experience. It doesn't tell me who the final boss is, or any kind of like explain anything like that, or if it was just like, you're actually like, okay, this game's old, so you know, I still say it's spoiler alert, I guess, on Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2.
Which game are you
Yeah,
going to talk
but
about?
Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2. So
Okay.
people say the lore there, and I'm slowing down in case anyone wants to just mute me. Use your chance to mute me, anyone, and now it's gone. So pretty much if people say Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2 is the same universe, I don't consider that a spoiler. Like
No,
that's
it's not.
to me is like completely open. But maybe people are like hardcore lore fanatics, and what I just said was an absolute cardinal sin. But
No,
I don't know.
I think so. With those two games, it's not as explicit because it's two different groups that made the game. You know what I mean?
right.
So, I keep throwing pencils to get my cat to stop meowing at the door. I'm running out.
Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just
If we see the
do
webcam
it!
get thrown next,
Make
we
your
know we're
dreams
desperate.
come true!
Witty with a just do it.
Right.
So yeah, with Dark Souls 2, there are some connections, and they are peppered throughout the game. Some hints, but like it's never really explicitly said. It's not really like there's not very, very, very obvious. Okay, here's what happened. It's just left up to interpretation, which is a big thing with Dark Souls and like the Dark Souls games. Is like they don't define it on purpose so that people can have fun like trying to figure out how to connect it. I feel like Zelda did the same thing with their games until they finally made a timeline and people got angry. But like, yeah,
I actually, the timeline makes it more enjoyable for me. Like, cause I
trying to
do
figure
enjoy
out the
lore.
timeline does, but like sometimes like if they like define it in a way that you don't like then it gets like frustrating. Like,
That's,
you know what I
that's
mean?
fair. That's fair. Like, I do enjoy trying to discover lore. I'm not gonna go crazy out of my way for it, and to some certain extent, I do expect it to be spoon-fed to me, just because I feel like that's the job of the creators of the game. They do need to present this to you in some way, you know. And maybe not. You don't have to be as masterful as something as like Detroit in doing this. You don't have to be as cryptic as like Dark Souls 2 in doing it. Maybe find a sweet spot, and then you're golden, you know. I feel like to use your example, I feel like Breath of the Wild, I thought was an excellent sweet spot. It left you enough mystery, but it also kind of like some top.
Mhm.
Okay, Trell.
How are you
cut it off.
guys
Yeah, I don't
SOs? Oh,
know what's happening.
He said something about SOs.
yeah. How are your guys' SOs in spoils? Do they feel like they have like special permission in doing this? By all means thinks that she can just like she's beyond any rules of chat, and she can just do whatever she wants.
Well, as you know, Rose doesn't show up to my streams, so
Yeah, same.
in real life, last time we were over at, she was at my house for Thanksgiving, and her and my sister and I were talking about anime and Naruto specifically, and they're like, "Have you seen this?" I was like, "No, I haven't gotten that far." Like, how far are you? I'm like really early. And for reference, like whatever current arc is, there's like 700 episodes or something ridiculous. So to them, early is like 300 episodes. I'm talking about like 20 or 30, and like, oh yeah, and like this dude dies, and then this dude comes over and kills this dude. I was so mad. I was not that far. And they didn't So both of them are just trash. My sister and Rose are trash, and you can clip me on that, and then send it to her. I'm mad about that still. And you know what I did? I said, okay, that's spoilers. Don't. Then honestly, God, 2 minutes later, they did it again. I was so mad. I'm like, I thought it was a joke. I thought I was being punked. I looked it up. No, they were serious. I was so mad. I'm still mad thinking about it again now. Like, what the hell was that? So I lied. Rose is normally good. I don't know what the hell that was all about.
I sometimes get excited about something, and it's like I try and describe it without like giving anything away, and sometimes I don't succeed. My wife, it's definitely a pet peeve. If it's really a pet peeve for both of us. Like we were in a car one time, and one of our friends was like a couple of our friends were in there with us, and they were driving.
Yep.
And one of them asked, "Have you seen this show?" And we're like, "No, but we were thinking about watching it sometime soon." And they're like, "Oh, okay. Here's," and like they just like go throughout like a summary of the show, and we're like
Yep.
looking at you like, we wanted to watch.
Yeah, like
doing?
what?
No, wait.
Stop. No, wait.
No, wait, stop. Yeah, it was, and we were just like very like getting more and more like peeved about it as it progressed, just, like until
Yep.
I was just like, we want to watch it. Like, don't tell me anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously, you got to chill out.
yeah. So like, yeah, it's definitely a thing, but like, she's never really spoiled anything for me.
Okay.
I really just hope that you said that reply to them in that dry manner where you're just like, no, please
Oh,
stop.
Don't do this.
We actually use that line quite a bit.
No, wait, stop. That's
No,
hilarious.
wait, stop. You know what that's from, right?
No.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh,
right.
I haven't
No,
seen that
wait,
movie in a
stop.
No, wait, stop. So one other part of this topic that I want to talk about is like, there's an argument that I've heard multiple times, so I want to bring it up, is do spoilers actually ruin the enjoyment of a game or the enjoyment of something? Like, if you know what's gonna
Yes.
happen, even if you know what's gonna happen, like if it's a good game or a good show, it should still
yeah,
be entertaining, right?
it doesn't take a great or a good game to a bad game, but it significantly
It changes it. For sure.
it changes. It's still good, but I'm so disappointed that I didn't get to just see this uniquely, whether it's a game or a movie or anything. Because now it's like, I already know this is gonna happen, and that makes me think differently about everything I'm seeing. I don't like that. I want to think what I'm gonna think, and then we'll see if I'm right or if I'm wrong.
Exactly. I agree. I think it does ruin it in the sense that they are going to present it to you in a certain way, not in some back alley. Here's a quick spoiler way where you're like, oh, okay, because it might not have the same build, it might not have the same punch because you weren't as invested,
Yep.
and it's going to be lackluster, and it should be presented in the way that the game was intending. So I think it would ruin the game.
Yeah, it looks like Woody agrees with that as well. But like, yeah, I've always thought that like spoiling something, like sometimes it's hard to avoid it, and like I still enjoyed the game even if like, you play a game that's like 10, 12 years old, like Shadows of the Colossus, you're gonna hear stuff,
You're right.
you're gonna know that like the basics of the game, but like that doesn't mean that I want to know what the ending is, which I don't think I know. I don't know. I don't know. Like it's like if it's a good game, like you'll still enjoy it, but you're not going to enjoy it the way you wanted to.
Yep.
I think like is the big
Yeah, absolutely.
definition there. So
Right.
like, but like people are like, I don't know why that argument is a thing. Like I don't get it. Like I don't understand it. But like I've heard it said so many times that like I thought it was something we should definitely bring up.
No, I
Have you guys
agree.
ever heard that argument?
I think I have, and it's usually to someone that's already like seen the
Spoiled?
game.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
and it's kind of like that golden rule, like treat others how you want to be treated. Like if you would get upset yourself about this, why would you think it'd be okay to do this to someone else? So just try to remember that. And I think that for Wombat and I think him and I tend to play like older games that have been out for a while because we just never got to them, and they're in our backlog of games, so we're trying to like eventually get to them. So I feel like that puts the game more at risk because there's like there's some golden oldies out there like you just named one, Shadow of the Colossus, and it's like you didn't have people just coming in sniping spoils at you. You know, it's I would almost anticipate that. Let's have the clear thing, have the /clear copy paste ready. You know? But
Well, that's
yeah,
such a bare bones game that like I don't feel like there's much that you can spoil. So like if you do spoil something, it's gonna be something big. Like
The
my
ending.
favorite boss is X boss because this is what it does, you know, or something like that. That's a spoil.
right. Yep.
'Cause
Exactly.
It's basically a boss rush game, right? So
It is. That's pretty much all. Yeah, it is.
Blake, okay.
Oh.
Here's my question. How far is too far when you're sitting there and you're trying not to spoil a game for yourself, especially when it's someone like Trell, who plays old games. Like, he will not sit in the same room with me when I play games that have been out for years. And he won't talk to me, he won't do anything with me when I'm playing these games that have been out forever, and that before streaming he would have totally just sat there with me and watched, but now he has to do it on stream. And so let's be real, how long does it take for him to play a game?
What? This isn't. How far is too far? We've already done this topic. Look.
No.
moving on.
But like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's a legitimate question,
come on,
Caleb.
at
Yeah.
what point do you say it's enough, you know, this game is this old, I can probably, you know, I probably already do know.
So are you saying just in general, Kayla? Like when is
For
it okay?
example-
When is it okay to talk about something openly?
Yeah,
Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
But for example,
Or are you just trying to throw shade at
here's the
me?
deal.
both.
Fallout New Vegas. You have sat with me while we've been together for 10 years, as long as the game's been out.
Wow, it's
You
really
have
old.
sat with me while I've played that
Right.
in the past, but suddenly now, since I've started playing it, you won't watch it at all.
Uh.
Or talk about it at all.
Because you're doing some really cool parts right now, from what I hear. So,
Bro,
to be
you've
fair,
seen me do these parts before, but suddenly now I'm not allowed to talk with you about them because you're gonna do it on stream
I
eventually.
did it again. Sorry, guys.
eventually,
Oh, you're fine.
I keep clicking on the
Correct
other
you,
parts
I
of
have
Discord,
sat in-
and I'm capturing Discord.
Banjo Tooie, Banjo Kazooie, bro.
Oh,
I
Banjo
love those
Talk
games.
to
Are you
me
streaming
about
those games?
those.
Kayla,
Games
stream
have
those
been out
games.
Since I was 7.
Banjo,
Dude.
Then why aren't you
Banjo
streaming these
Kazooie, my
games?
brother got me for my birthday
They're so
one year.
good. Trell, you gonna play those games?
Yeah, I haven't played Banjo actually. I've never
Me
played it. So I plan on
Stream
doing
it.
it.
Well, we are the same person. I haven't.
But-
played it either.
Confirmed, we're the same person.
Beat Detroit first though, because I can't wait for Detroit.
But to be fair, like, I don't want it ruined for me. I mean,
Yeah.
But it's something that you've already, like,
if,
I mean,
with certain things, like
but it's something
New
you
Vegas,
never,
right?
it's-
I don't mind, and maybe I'm going a little extreme, but I wouldn't mind sitting in the same room with you because that game is so vast that I'm probably not going to hit all those quests anyways.
especially because we play
But when you start
totally
doing
differently.
when you start doing things that are really freaking cool, and that game seems to have a lot of them, then I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know, this is a little scary for me.
I know, but it's kind of like, what? Are you just never going to see this game? Because apparently one day you're going to play it and play through all of it.
Look, the new rule, I guess, is that you can only play games after me.
Yep.
That's what-
Uh-oh.
I literally play the same games. I hardly ever add a new game to my repertoire.
That's true.
So
So I just need
going,
to play all the games that you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going
So
off of
basically,
Caleb's
all the
question.
Fallouts, things like that.
Okay.
Going off of Kayla's question, I think like it's perfectly reasonable for if Trell's like got that on his queue that he'd like to like play it on his own. But like you know, it all depends on like the person, right? So like for me, like I tend to avoid like even like Trell starts talking about a game that I want to play soon. Like I'm like,
Yep.
whoa, spoilers, even if he's not anywhere near spoilers. So like I get it. Like I get you, Trell. But like yeah, I can see how that could be hard when you two are, you know, living together and like she wants to play games, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, at 6 million game or 60 million. How many zeros is that? Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I do have that. That
60
my
million.
GameCube is that and Forever Growing. I need to get on New Vegas. Hear the lady out. Get on it, dude. Yeah, I do. Maybe I just need to do New
Oh,
Vegas so I can
God.
finally play it. I can finally sit and watch you play it, Caleb.
Yeah, with me, I've got like new games, and then I've got Minecraft, and it's like that meme I made earlier. It's like that, except Minecraft is the
Minecraft of everything else. Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Is there
a
games
challenge.
that are unspoilable? Like, is Minecraft even spoilable?
There's a story in Minecraft. There's an end.
Tetris.
Mhm.
Tetris.
No,
Wait,
no, Kayla, don't. I haven't played Tetris yet.
There is a storyline. Is that so? I'm still. I've played Minecraft like once or twice. Is that regular Minecraft or is that
Regular Minecraft.
story mode?
Regular
really?
Minecraft has an end.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a. In fact, it's a realm called the End.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Spoiled
there's a final boss that you can fight and everything. So,
What? That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
and they're adding some new bosses to the game soon. It's
Oh, cool.
gonna be pretty
Oh
cool.
wow. So have you played the Minecraft story mode? Is that
I have
completely
not
different?
played the Minecraft story mode,
Hmm.
and I probably never will.
It just doesn't interest you.
No.
Okay.
And then you've got video games that are based off of movies, right? So like they spoil a movie, right?
Yep.
So like you shouldn't watch those games unless you've watched the movie. Unless you don't
Right.
plan on watching the movie. Like, like Indiana
That could
Jones,
almost be a
Lego
double
Indiana
whammy for
Jones,
you.
Lego Batman, stuff like that. Well,
Oh,
not-
yeah, I'm so glad you said Lego because I was just about to name it. Yeah, I was like the Lego,
Lego
like
Star
Jurassic
Wars.
Park or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Jurassic Park. I gotta play that one. Do I have that one? I have Indiana Jones, Star Wars. No, I have Jurassic Park. Yes, I have Jurassic Park. I love
Inbound.
Jurassic
It's
Park.
inbound, guys. Spoils of Wombat's backloggery.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually have to update my backloggery. I've got, PlayStation 4 games to add.
I should not have bought a PS4 because it just
Yeah, you
only
should
did
have.
more damage. to my
Yeah,
backlog.
I'm glad you did this.
I think I just need to put Detroit on pause for a bit though, and maybe
Don't-
just do New Vegas. I think.
By the
Oh,
way,
dude. Well, Wombat.
Oh, what
for
is
my
that?
Switch.
Oh, hold on. I'm looking at stream, not Discord. Oh, wait. What? Yeah, wait. What? I obviously know what it is, but the
It's
text
the
is
Chi-
mirrored.
It's the
Sorry.
Chica tablet.
Chica's tablet. What does it go
cover
over?
for the
Oh,
Switch.
for the Switch. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. That's cool.
I got it with my Switch from my sister, but she didn't. She kept forgetting to give it to me, so I got it a month or two ago
Oh wow.
for Christmas last year. But
Oh man. Did that Switch really come out last year?
Yeah, it's
that's when I
March
got the game.
2017.
2017 is when
Wow.
it came out, but
Yep.
I got the Switch December 2017.
Wow. So the thing about the final choice in New Vegas. No! No!
Spoilers are so scary with the internet now. They never
Are.
used to be this scary, obviously, but like now.
It depends. Like if someone spoiled Dark Souls 2 for me, I'd be upset. But if someone spoiled Detroit for me, I would literally die.
Yep.
I don't.
Yep.
I would
Oh
just
my
cease
God.
to exist.
There's
I'm
a lot
with
of
you there.
story mode games like Life is Strange.
Kayla.
Dude, Kayla, I can hear too. I'm gonna lose it. I will rip these headphones off my face. Sorry. Anyway, Wombat, Life is Strange.
Life is Strange and Heavy Rain and other games like that are all very, very
Heavy
heavily story
Rain.
based.
Heavy Rain's another one I want to play because apparently it's the same creators of from Detroit.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that
Ah.
is that for PS4? Can you get Heavy Rain for PS4?
PS3, but I think they remastered it for PS4.
Oh, good.
Why wouldn't every time I Google it? Yes, they did. They did.
And then they created another one after Heavy Rain. I think it was called Two Souls or something like that. Or
Yeah, CC said it sucked, but
yeah, CC did
Yeah, I don't
say
think
that. I
trust
was like,
her.
okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like they're batting at 1,000 right now for Detroit, so I'm kind of like I'd almost be game to try it out, but
Yep. Heavy Rain looks really good. I just heard the controls are a bit rough compared to Detroit. I don't know how you
Okay.
really mess with the controls in that game, but anyway, yeah.
And then there's like what do you call it? The Telltale games. They're all story mode
Oh,
games.
yep.
So yeah, there's definitely like a market out there for it, and a lot of those I have not played. So
Like I've tried the Telltale games, and I don't know, they've never hooked me like Detroit has. Like I can see how they could be fun, but like I don't know, it just doesn't.
well, I
It's
mean
not-
a lot of the Telltale games are already like stories that you know, so that doesn't help, right?
Well, like
that's true.
The Walking Dead, never watched that show. The Wolf
Oh, you
Among
don't?
Us, no.
Huh.
Even Game of Thrones, like I haven't played most of the games they're based on, and it's just still I'm so slouched in my chair, but still I don't know. They're just not
So you-
nearly.
So
Go ahead.
You did play The Walking Dead Telltale.
I tried.
Oh,
I
seriously?
really liked
You didn't finish
the
it?
Telltale
Yeah,
for Jurassic Park.
I didn't even know they had one for Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
it's really good.
Interesting. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a couple Telltale games I got in my backlog. I think I just need to add Jurassic Park now. Thanks, Mobat.
Oh my dude,
You're
your
welcome.
backlog is unending. That's okay.
Did
Mine's
you know
not.
there's a Telltale for Back to the Future?
I did know that. That'd
I
be
have
pretty
that
sweet.
one. It was
Oof.
gifted to me. And then there's also a Telltale for Batman.
Yeah, I do have that one. I just haven't played it yet. That one was free with Games with Gold on Xbox.
Oh, was
Hmm.
nice.
Yeah, I'm it was on super sale for like $1 or something. Either or.
So I think we've kind of exhausted the
That's
topic, but do you guys have anything more to add? Like,
Not really. No.
so the moral of the story is Telltale, or sorry. The moral of the story is that don't spoil your friends' games. Play blind always.
Pretty
Right?
much. I mean, if you trust people not to spoil things, going blind is the way to go. It's
I just read your messages, Kirby, and I couldn't agree more. But
Yup.
yes, I feel like don't spoil. Get to know the person, and maybe then you can advise, but you'll know like what they're looking for. But just be polite and remember to like treat others as you want to be treated yourself. I'm sure that you don't want things spoiled, so don't do it for others and expect to be okay. One last thing I do want to cover on this topic is: would you guys ever rage on stream over a spoil?
Huh.
If it was the trait, yes, I would be. But probably not anything. Honestly, I've never cared more about spoilers. Like if someone spoiled Sekiro comes out, they spoil a boss, I'd be upset and I'd ban the dude, but I wouldn't rage. I just feel like that's kind of bullshit. But let's just keep
Yeah.
playing because I'm gonna fight him anyway. But
I would like to think
Okay.
that I wouldn't get super pissy on stream or something like that, because then they kind of win, right? They're like, yes, I got him,
yeah,
got
yeah.
him, but it's like, no. How about just like you said, just ban him and be like, that was a dick move, and then move on with life.
That's what I'd want to do. That's
Honestly,
what.
That's what I would want to do. I don't know if my lack of judgment would get the better of me.
I would say it depends on the spoil too. However, I will say that me rage. What's that?
Yeah, that's true.
I
So
think you
chill,
guys would
like, you'll
probably
get,
get
like, dunked
madder
on.
than I would. At
Get dunked on by Beta Chaos, and you're just like,
Oh,
that's
damn.
terrible.
yeah, like here's something like real quick. Like what if you say, oh man, this boss coming up is complete bullshit. You're gonna hate it. Like, is that a spoil?
To me, it is. I don't want to know if the boss is gonna be hard or not. Then it makes me play differently. I'll passive or save because I think he's gonna be really.
But
I wanna
that
play-
I don't think
that consistently happens.
I don't think that's a spoil.
In like both my and Trell's chat, like including
No.
like you saying, "Oh yeah, I agree. This is a really bullshit boss." or something
After
like
Trell
that.
says it, I try to wait until until they already have like their notion of the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
so-
I don't find that a spoil though, because every boss is a bullshit boss.
Okay, Covetous Demon, little fat dude just larding around.
But then they could be like, before Covetous Demon, if I was about to go in there and someone's like, dude, this boss is gonna rock your socks, I'd be like, oh shit, like it would give me like a little bit like pumped up for it, and then I'd go in there, I'd be like, are you serious? You know, I would
That's-
be like, you just, you got me type thing.
Sure, I guess that's fair. It's not a spoiler, but you're right. It's probably by definition it's not a spoiler, but I would still prefer to not know what people think
I
of
have
Harry until
any
I think
time.
what I know.
I mean, that's fair, and that's completely fair to want that. Like for me, the whole it starts to get a little bit hazy for me. Like I don't mind it so much, but it starts to it gets near that border is when people are like, oh, this area is really good, or like I'll be going down a corridor and they're like, oh, you're gonna love this part, because then I'm like, oh man, maybe
'cause then
something's just about to happen.
Yeah, you're gonna like get ready for a trap or something, and I want to get
Yeah.
trapped. I guess I want to get it
That's
with
a
the.
bit more-
Give me the Blight Town. Give me it. Gi-
That's where you're like, oh, a little bit more.
That's yeah.
Like, for a boss, like if I see the boss, oh,
You're already on edge.
and if someone's like, this boss, I'm like, that's whatever, because I'm like, I already expect I have no idea still. You just particularly like this one or whatever. I don't care.
Yep.
But
Hmm.
yeah,
What you say?
Yeah, Woody put
Yeah.
the clip up. I'm actually
Oh.
thinking about making that sound clip that just what you say, and that's it,
It's so good.
instead of the whole thing.
Yeah, I think that works. Yeah, I would agree with that. Man.
I just gotta figure out how to edit it. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, basically, it's one of the fundamental etiquette rules is don't spoil.
Just don't.
If you have to spoil in the comforts of your own home. Don't bring it to
In the comforts of your own home.
us.
Okay, one last quick question actually.
Okay.
Why do you guys think that the Souls games or games like that, like, why are they so much more prone to backseating than if I were to play, like Shadow Warrior or Shovel Knight? No one backseats in that crap, but people love to backseat in Dark Souls.
So first of all, Dark Souls is a lot more popular.
Fair.
There's a lot of elitist players where they're like, "Oh no, you're doing it wrong. Like,
Yeah,
you're awful. Like,
you're awful.
you're trash.
like I had people coming in last night saying, "Oh, look, a newbie," like."
Oh God, that makes me mad. Okay,
But,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
The other thing is, like, those games don't hold your hand. They don't tell you what everything does. Like, I remember
Mhm.
when I first started, like, you're like, okay, the stat is basically translates to this from Dark Souls. You know what I mean? Like, when I
Yep.
first played Dark Souls 3, I had no idea what anything was. I was just kind of like a strength and dex. Yeah, let's up both of those. Like, I'll keep it.
Yeah.
So, like, and like, I kind of learned those stats from there, but I didn't really know as much about the stats until I started playing Dark Souls 1 and 2.
Okay.
So like, it's definitely a thing.
Right.
There's a lot of elements to the game that aren't really explicitly stated. So like, people backseating on that, it's because people don't really figure them out immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That makes sense.
I think the less linear a game is, the more exponentially increased are the odds of people backseating
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like
To
with Dark
do-
Souls, there's a lot of different routes you can go, a lot of different
Sure.
bosses you can fight, or things that you can just skip. And I think that causes people to, along with its popularity and everything else, like you just stated, I feel like that just causes people to want to open their mouth, and be like, do it this way because I want to see it played my way, and it's like, no, I'm the one doing it. Otherwise, you can
Yeah.
go stream yourself.
I
you know?
mean, I can say I'm guilty of wanting you to go specific ways to get to see stuff and not miss it. So like,
Right.
Kirby and I, you joke around about us plotting. behind your back.
Wombat, don't tell him.
See, that's why I don't trust anything.
Uh,
Everybody's mimics.
what we do behind your back is say, oh man, I can't believe he's gonna miss XYZ. This stinks.
Oh my god. Yep.
You know, things
There's
like
all this
that.
back talking happening. I see how it is. Okay.
Oh my
But
god.
it's not like we like tell you that. Like it's more like we keep it to ourselves so that you don't feel like you're like, because we're gonna spoil it if we say it in chat.
No, it's
That's-
fine, Trell. We talk behind your back and you don't know about it. It's okay. It's
Oh,
okay. Just-
dude, you should see these Discord messages.
Yeah.
You just
I still don't even know if I can go into a channel on my own Discord server because it's like it's just full of
I
spoilers.
checked
Well,
it
now-
out. I
now-
think you're good.
yep. Now it's all Detroit though, so
Yeah. Wombat can't come in that channel now.
yeah.
Well, for now, like if I start playing
For now.
Detroit, I'll probably beat you, right? So
Probably.
With your
That's why I'm
10-hour
waiting.
streams.
Your 10-hour streams, you'll probably do it in one sitting, the whole game.
God.
you guys have free time around 9 p.m. Central, we're doing a rant and banter cast tomorrow. Yeah,
10 p.m. Central.
go ahead
Work.
and plug it in our channels, and we'll, if we're available, we'll take a look. So with that, guys, thanks for tuning in.
Yep.
I hope you guys enjoyed the blind podcast.
That was clever. I did like that. That was
Yeah,
good.
that was
you guys
good.
would have been upset if I had spoiled the podcast for you beforehand.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Game over.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming in, everyone. Witty, thanks for the follow, and welcome to the Epic Wombat Force and to Rogue Scholars. We meet every other Sunday. We'll let you know if we're not streaming on a Sunday, but we generally try and make it up the next week.
So
So this
Question-
is like an off. This is like a makeup
yeah.
one.
So
doing
are we
the next
saying
one
on this
too?
one? Yep. Yep.
I
Exactly.
think in 2 weeks we'll probably do it. Now that we
Okay.
Okay.
So 2 weeks from a successful stream, basically.
Yep.
Now
That
we're
sounds
on
good.
the off week. But we'll see. Like, we might change that, but we'll let you guys know. But anyway, we're around 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's an ish on the 8. Usually we start probably more around 8:30, depending on things.
It's a soft 8.
Yeah, it's a soft.
Yeah, it really is.
So just keep an eye out. And we announce when we're going live. I'll try and be better about letting people know in like on Saturday nights, like when we're going to be streaming the next morning or something like that. But
Hmm.
thanks for everyone who came in, and we look forward to having you next time
Yep,
for
see you
another
all.
swell topic. Bye, guys.